Okay, welcome back, Jebel. In the last tutorial, we did this, didn't we? We created our interface for our Find It app or Find Them app. Now, in this tutorial, we're going to begin programming our app. We're going to start with the variables. Now, the variables are going to store information. Okay, so in computing or programming, it's usually a location on a computer that can store numbers, it can store letters, it can store strings, which are numbers and letters. So we're going to get our variables to store two things. One, the location, where to find the item you've lost, and also the item that you've lost. So the item you type in here. Okay, so we'll start with that. So I'm going to go onto my blocks and we're going to start by going into our variable section here. So I'm going to click on variable and we are going to initialize our first variable. Now, initialize basically means give it a name. So we're going to initialize our name variable and then we're going to call it item, or we'll call it lost item. Okay, now it's good not to put spaces, so underscore. So I've got lost item. Now, because we don't know what the item is yet, and it's going to be the thing that the person types in, we're going to start with an empty variable, okay, an empty location. So to do that, we need to go to the text area, which is just here. Now I'll just zoom in so you can see that. So we're looking for a text block. So I'm just going to go in there and we want an empty string, and that's just here. So we drag that and place that here. So that has initialized or created a variable called lost item, and it is an empty string. That means there's nothing in there. Okay, it's just waiting for us to type something and store that item inside that variable. Okay, next we are going to create a variable that will store the many different locations where we can find the item or items. It's going to display a random location, so we need quite a few. So we need to go again to variables, and we're going to initialize another variable. So just remember to keep this inside the app. So we're storing that variable in the app, and the variable name this time is going to be called location. Okay, now what we're going to use here, we're going to have lots and lots of examples stored in our variable. So we're going to create a list. Now the list variable is just here. Okay, there's the list. So we need to click on there. So basically a list can store multiple items. So I'm going to drag that and place it just here. Okay, now at the moment they've got numbers and we can just drag those. We want to drag those and throw those in the bin because we're going to put text items here. So let me show you how this works. So we're going to go to text and I'm going to click on there and I'm going to add a string. This is a string. So you could say in here, so you need to come up with a number of different locations. So you could say in your bedroom. That is one example. Basically, you just need to go for it. Think of as many locations as you can. So I'm going to say in your bedroom. You could say under the bed. You get the idea. Now let's think of some. Oops. Let's try again. Then I'm going to add. Let me think. On your head. Now, as you can see, I've added just three, and you can actually add a lot more, and you're going to have to. So you click on here, and the way you add more is by dragging the item box inside the list here. You can go on, you can keep doing this, you can go back and add some more. So I'm going to add some more items. Okay, can you see every time I add one of these, I get more here. I'm just going to put those at the top like that. Doesn't matter. Actually, doesn't matter where you put them in the list because you're going to randomly display one of these items. So I'm going to put a few here and I'm going to get on and add some of my own locations. So I'll see you in a little while after I've finished all my locations.
Okay, now let's have a look. I've added lots and lots of examples to my list. Okay, now you can add even more if you want. The more, the better. Okay, so that is the end of my first tutorial on coding your app, and I've created my 2A variables. I've initialized my lost item, which is an empty string here, and I've initialized my location, which is a list containing a number of items. Try that, and then I will see you in the next tutorial, and take care. See you soon.